Alright, what's up guys? We are back. This is War 4 against New Nation. I hope you guys have, I don't know if you guys have liked me doing like a live scout. Let me know in the comments if you think it's something I should continue doing, or if you want me to just skip that stuff and I can kind of talk about the relevant stuff once we actually get into the fights. But they are running Stubborn. And they've got a Thing boss up here. Very interesting. Okay, so yesterday, primarily for the 4 Loki Incursions tournament, I ranked up my Awakened 6-star Morningstar to rank 2. So I'm actually going to use her in this war, and I'll talk to you about that stuff. So I will be on path 2 here. I've got Hyperion, who is a Stubborn defender. I'm going to be using my rank 3 Doom for this. I won't gain a whole lot of power, but I can still stagger his power gains, and Doom's a tank. That shouldn't be an issue. And then I've got a Hit Monkey here. He does not benefit from Stubborn. It does have Brute Force and then Power Focus 1, but after he fills a bar of power, his power rate drops dramatically. And it doesn't have like unblockable L1 or anything like that. So I'm going to use Morningstar for that fight. The idea is to build up a soul on that fight. And from her Awakened ability, I'll already have one. And then my third champ that I'm going to be bringing is OG Guillotine to give me soul. So when I go into that Hit Monkey fight, I'll already have 2 souls. And the goal is just to get to 5 souls. In section 2 here, I have this Mordo. Mordo also does not benefit from Stubborn, so I'm going to be using Dr. Doom here. I can control his power gain. Dr. Doom, of course, is shock immune, which is great. And then here, we've got another Colossus. I had this exact same fight last war. I opted in that war to use Clairvoyant, who is a fantastic matchup here. Basically what you're looking for is a bleed immune attacker that can also somehow take away the defender's armor buffs. This war, instead of using Clairvoyant, I'm going to use Morningstar. She's of course bleed immune. I can get to an L3 because I won't kill him before I'm able to get to an L3. And then here is a Sabretooth. Sabretooth is not a Stubborn defender. It does have explosive personality and enhanced armor up. It's also got heavy-handed, which, I mean, that doesn't really matter. All right, so here we are. We've got this Hyperion. I'm going to throw on some little boosts here and just go in with Dr. Doom. I'm not really going to be gaining power here, so I just want to stagger him, make sure that he's not able to get to an L3. Although I suppose if he does get to an L3, if I can push him over the L3 during one of my attack combos, then that would actually be sweet. But you guys are going to see here in both of these Section 2 fights with Strike, Counter, Fury, that the buildup of Fury charges is actually kind of a big thing. I end up taking a lot of damage from missed parries, just taking block damage in both of these fights, and that's going to play a huge role in this next fight against Hit Monkey, who has crazy attack and crits and stuff like that. So, alright, so Hyperion is almost dead here, and I'm going to make a mistake here and miss a parry and pay for it. So I just mistimed it. I lose 7% of my health just on that. And it's going to happen one more time here. I'm actually going to lose 9% of my health. Right there, I dropped from 88 to 79%. He had over 40 Furies at the end of that fight. So, didn't really play that very well. Now this next fight, the strategy was completely wrong from the outset. I thought that I would use this fight to build up Morningstar. The issue is, if I'm not throwing a special attack to reset my strike counter allowance or counters or whatever, then he's just going to consistently and permanently gain Furies until I do that. So basically, by saving my specials for an L3, I'm allowing his attack to just skyrocket here, which is bad. The other thing is, if you guys take a look at this, I take 3,800 damage through the block on a special attack. Going into this fight, I'm fairly comfortable evading Hitmonkey's L1, and I'll end up doing it here a few times at the end of this fight. But I thought that it would just be smarter to not play around with it and to just evade the first part and block the second part. But again, I'm taking massive damage, and then I don't really want to knock him down because then I've got to deal with brute force. And here's one more L1 here, 5,700 damage through the block on that last portion. So yeah, I knock him down here, which, you know, I at least can keep his Furies a little bit lower, keep him from stacking. But now I've got to deal with Cunning. I missed a parry there, which cost me 7,000 health. Unbelievable. I'm down to 1%. And now he throws this L1. I have this fight won, but I accidentally do a second Dex for some reason, and then I try to punish his L1, and because of that second Dex, I'm just a hair late to punish, and he intercepts me for an impressive 45,000 crit. So it was just bad strategy from the start, and that's kind of been the story of my season. Most of my deaths have been just untested strategy or poor strategy, and that's kind of the thing I'm supposed to be better at. Certainly, skill is not what I'm known for. And it's been rough, but these things happen. I just need to stop trying to experiment or use untested matchups or try to outthink the nodes. Just not going to do that. So the rest of this war goes very well, which is nice. But I do continue my streak now. 4 straight wars to start the season with a death. Last season, I did the exact same thing. I died at least once in each of my first 5 wars before I finally put things together and stopped dying like an idiot. But EMP modification here. Dr. Doom is fantastic for this matchup. I left I've got double edge on, and I left it on because I didn't want to change masteries. I'll be using Morningstar for the next 2 fights. And yeah, so I definitely way over boosted. I thought that I was going to be taking a mini boss fight that I didn't end up taking. That's why I over boosted, and that fight wasn't going to be clear for quite a while. That's why I used the 6-hour boost. So just overall was completely, not on my game in this war, strategy-wise or planning-wise, just everything. As a battle group, I think our assignments were good. Just my fight strategy for Hitmonkey was terribly stupid, and then just wasting my biggest 6-hour boost was just so stupid. So I do have this fight sped up. It's at, it's just 2x speed because it is a very, very easy standard Colossus fight here. I'm not really concerned about the stubborn on this node. But what I should have done was, after I got that soul, I should have started throwing L1s consistently. Look at this L1 though. 2 of 3 hits crit and just humongous energy damage. Pretty cool there. Alright, and then here I'm going to be using Morningstar yet again. And I know that I'm going to be getting lifesteal back, so I don't need to use any potions. The first portion of this fight, when I'm building to an L3, he's just going to get a lot of regen. I'm not concerned about the regen at all. I don't care, because I know that once I get that 5th soul, I can just completely destroy him with my special attacks. So, but just getting that 5th soul here. Now I've got it, and again, what I should be doing is using my L1s. I use the L2 just to get rid of the explosive personality armors, and then look at that crit to end the fight. 22,000 direct energy damage, pretty sweet. But that is it for the war. Pretty brief video. I think 40% of the runtime of this video was my scouting phase stuff, which I think I might stop doing, or at least minimize a little bit. But we did lose this war, got our asses kicked. Here are the cards. Phase from BG1 and Lags with his first gold card as a member for Loki. He was amazing. Go check out his war video to look at all of his fights. And that's going to do it. I appreciate you guys watching. Leave a like and a comment.